Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have finally arrived. We are out here in Plain City, Ohio at Firepunk Performance Diesel. It feels amazing to be here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today's gonna be a really fun video where we're gonna take my 2005 twin turbo big fuel Cummins that's on a stock trans, and we're gonna see how much power that stock trans can take before it squeals on the dyno here at Firepunk. I've got Jake hanging out, and we've got my two friends, Franco and Joey, out from St. Louis. The whole squad is out here hanging out today because it's a monumental day that we have been waiting for no joke, just about 6 months' time. Just a little recapper, we had actually finished this truck up for all of its power adders back in February, but then coronavirus hit and my wife was pregnant, so we kind of had to postpone. The guys over here, Levon, Miller, Andy, and everyone else under this roof are absolutely fantastic, big time diesel enthusiasts. And they were completely understanding and kind of trying to accommodate. They're super busy, but everybody here has been so hospitable, and we have a really action-packed, small little series that you guys should absolutely consider staying tuned for. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel already, I would consider doing so. Tap that subscribe button down at the bottom right-hand corner of this channel. Tap that bell for notifications. And remember, guys, if you like purebred diesel content, well, today is gonna be exactly that. So don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Now, I wanna give you guys a quick overview of the Cummins and where it is today and what we're gonna be doing. But before I do that, I just wanted to let you guys know that as of right now, there's just a week and a few days left of Dream Diesel giveaway number 11. So, you see that 2020 Denali Duramax over there? Well, it's got a brother that we own. It's a 2020 High Country Duramax, and we're giving it away. So if you guys wanna grab some entries for that right now, 5 times entries are live for that truck's brother and $10,000 cash. Here's a photo of that truck for your reference, and you might be taking that thing home. So first link in the description below for that. Now, let me give you guys a quick little rundown of the 2005 Cummins that we're gonna be putting up on the rollers today. If you haven't seen yet, yeah, we put SRT10 Dodge Viper seats into this thing. It's absolutely awesome. But the big show point for today is all of our power adders. So we've got this thing warming up. We want to get it up to temp. So just real quick, up front you can see we've got a big old Mishimoto intercooler, and up under here is the world's first and only dual S400 Whirly custom fab twin turbo kit, or compound turbo setup if you will. We've got an S480 over an S467, Steed Speed 2nd gen manifold, a fully ported and polished and built valve train D&J head on a stock block. Now, fueling wise, we've got an Exergy 12mm pump supplying fuel through 250 over Exergy injectors. Is that bothering anybody else? That was really bothering me. Now we have a fleece coolant bypass and a bunch of other supporting mods, including a fast 220 that's mounted right there under the fill nozzle behind the bed. Now we are in a completely factory bottom end, and that was kind of the objective, to see what we could squeeze out of our 156,000 mile 5.9 Cummins farm truck, which we bought from auction for basically nothing. It's seen a lot of changes since it's been owned by yours truly, including a whole front end conversion. We've got the sport front end on it now, cow hood and everything like that. But all of that is really nothing if we can't put power to the ground. And lately we've been running on a remote tune from Firepunk just to kind of act as a temporary band-aid for the time being until we could actually get on site, which we are today. Guys, if you can't tell, I'm freaking stoked about this. You want me to do something?
So rock with it.
I should probably get close, Stoked. Is that good?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Action. All right, guys, so over the next few videos, we have kind of a 3-part series that truck is going to be enduring that we're gonna take you guys through, as I hinted on just at the beginning of this video. So over this 3-part series, we're gonna be taking this truck through kind of a scenario of different tests. Test number 1 is the question of how much can that stock 48 RE handle with all those power adders that are behind it. So what you guys need to do right now is drop some comments below, because I don't think it's gonna take much, but our objective is to kind of get these clutches to slip, because in the next associated video, we're actually gonna be building the trans. They're gonna be throwing their Anteater Firepunk notorious credible transmission in this thing. And then in the 3rd video, we're actually gonna be making some serious power on the dyno. Now, big kind of disclaimer, we are on a factory bottom end. I have the utmost confidence in Firepunk and their team, but I don't know if I have the utmost confidence in our stock bottom end. Now, it is a stock bottom end 5.9. The rods are kind of the questionable weak point. We're just gonna see how it does. We think and we hope that if everything goes in stars alignment and truly actually really makes some power.
More power, baby.
More power, baby. More power. More power. So now the big question is, what do you think it's gonna make before those clutches start to slip? I'm gonna say right now it's probably at about 600 wheel, and I think that that's about it. What do you think?
I'm gonna go 674.
674. Guys, seriously, drop some comments below. If you can get it exactly right, horsepower and torque, then I'll probably send you guys a key tag, because that's honestly some
Impressive stuff.
That's some seriously impressive guessing. jump on the opportunity to park my 2005 next to Levon's Tow Pig. You guys don't know this truck? Well, you need to. It's an absolute legend. I'm gonna link Firepunk's YouTube channel, not only in the description of this video, but also up above. You guys gotta check out the video that Levon made on this thing. It makes crazy horsepower, and that's all I'm gonna say right now. Look at them together. Goodness.
Brothers from another mother.
And
Look good.
Cool. If you guys also haven't seen, Levon and Firepunk are really perfecting the emissions intact tuning game. This is their 2019 5th gen long bed. Look at how sick that thing looks. Kind of just like our 5th gen project that we're working on right now, except we have a short bed version. Standard cab. They got some emissions intact tuning on this thing, and they made some really, really impressive power. Like I said, you guys got to check out their YouTube channel. They got tons of super knowledgeable content over there. Way more in-depth, way more technical than you're ever going to see here. We kind of just like to have fun, and you know, we try our best to understand those things, but that's why these guys are who they are, because they've perfected that art. So here we go, boys. Welcome to Firepunk Diesel. Go. This is Firepunk, and it feels fantastic to be here. We are going to get Levon on the vlog here in a minute. He's actually going to go outside and grab 8-ball as we speak to load it up on their dyno. We're literally going to jump right into the actual objective of this vlog, which is truly testing out our 156,000 mile 48 RE to see what it can take on the dyno. We're not trying to be those people that are like, oh, we're going to destroy it. Rather, we want to do it for testing purposes. That's kind of the objective here, because right after that, and in another video, we're going to be dropping that transmission out, taking it over into their trans room, which you just got a small little glimpse of, and actually building it. I'm gonna let Levon go into some of the technical details, because if I tried to do it, I would sound like a total idiot. But I don't see the truck yet, so I just wanted to bring you guys over here and show you two of the trucks that are getting worked on in the shop right now. We've got this massive compound turbo setup. Check out this 5-inch downpipe that they just fabricated on this fully built flatbed Cummins GT55 over another massive turbo. It looks like probably like an S400. I hope I got that right. D&J precision machining head with a big old dual fueler setup. Looks absolutely fantastic. There's 8-ball coming in right here. And then I just wanted to show you guys this Cummins real quick. Absolutely awesome truck. They're getting this thing all equipped. Also, D&J performance head. I just wanted to point that out. That is the same machine shop that did all the machine work on this truck right here. But check out this thing. Oh my God, guys, I guess I could kind of throw digs and say this is the only way to make power in a power stroke. I don't know if they like that or not. But yes, this thing is fantastic. This is actually a triple turbo truck. Stay tuned to Firepunk's channel to learn a little bit more about this thing. You're definitely gonna wanna see this on the dyno. All right, guys, without further ado, there's Levon himself, the man, the myth, the legend, a proven icon in the diesel performance industry, especially when it comes to the Dodges. We're loading this thing up on the dyno, and oh boys, we're gonna see what she does. I've never actually heard these turbos. However, the most I've ever applied throttle percentage to that thing behind me is probably 20%. You guys have no idea how freaking excited I am. There was a disclaimer on the vlog that it's like, it could blow up, but that doesn't have anything to do with any of us, really.
The worst thing that happens is it throws it off.
Worst thing that happens is we leave with an empty trailer and we leave you a truck.
Right.
Because it's not going anywhere.
Maybe
if that
6-7
actually
anyway.
Oh man, ideas on the vlog. So guys, this is Levon Miller. He owns Firepunk Performance. Welcome to the channel, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me out.
This is going to be a good day.
I was kind of briefing everybody that like your objective is to just see kind of how much power we can make. We're not trying to break things just to break them, but it's kind of a good opportunity because we're going to be building the 48 in it eventually anyway.
Yeah, often what we see is we'll see the truck go through the transmission, the torque converter lockup clutch before the transmission actually starts to slip. And generally on the dyno, we're in 1 gear, 3rd gear lockup, so it gives the transmission its best case scenario to hold power. Whereas on the street, it has to do a gear exchange, and when it has to grab the clutch with the lower line pressure of the stock trans, that's when it usually gets pretty mad about life. So I'm guessing what we'll see is as we bring power up, you'll start seeing it go through the lockup clutch, and we'll be able to see slip in the data log, and then we'll know, hey, the stock transmission can only hold X amount of horsepower. We had another truck that I think did like 830 horsepower on a stock trans.
Wow. I don't know if you're capable, girl. I'm sorry. So I think I took a pretty conservative guess. I said 600. Jake Nick holding the camera said 675. Do you have a guess?
I mean, I think we can make 850.
Damn.
Wow.
Dudes in the comments, you better go edit your comments right now because you were way wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. Worst case that happens is we turn it up too much and it breaks an input shaft. If it does something like that, then it gets a little messier because then you break a pump and you break all kinds of stuff. But I've yet to break a stock input shaft on the dyno.
Cool. Well, it's getting built anyway. We've got some space reserved over there on the trans build tables, and dude, you have no idea how excited. I can't wait to hear this thing scream because I've literally only given it like 20% drop. That's it.
We're gonna be roasting rubber by tomorrow night.
Yes. I'm not gonna hold out on you guys any longer. Let's go. Do we have approximates on what that toe tune kind of was worth?
If we would put a timing table in it, we could probably make 750, 800 on 1200 microseconds with a max effort timing curve in it, but it's got a very conservative timing curve in it.
Just so I understand, the more conservative, kind of the safer for the time being.
So if you understand injection timing, the goal is to be able to get all your fuel inside your piston bowl. So if the piston's coming up and you open the injector too early, it's spraying out on the cylinder walls and it's spraying up on the top of the bowl. That's when you walk down walls, you get it too hot, and you'll melt a piston.
EGTs.
Right. EGTs are just a number.
Yeah, right.
Until your pistons are melted.
I'm sweating. I'll see you guys later. No, I'm just kidding.
When I was talking about not breaking a rod.
That's been a frequent conversation, by the way. It's talk about a man. Just disclaimer.
The more torque you make, the higher your cylinder pressure. Horsepower equals torque times RPM divided by 5252. Because at 5252 RPM, your horsepower and torque's always exactly the same. So we're like, what's easier, make an extra 500 horsepower or easier to make 500 foot-pounds more torque? And this shows you I can make 2,000 foot-pounds by making 761 horsepower at 2,000 RPM, or I can make 2,000 foot-pounds of torque by making 1,142 horsepower at 3,000 RPM, or I can make 2,000 foot-pounds of torque by making 2,000 horsepower at 5,252 RPM.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So that's where it all comes together.
All these horsepower numbers are the same torque, different RPM points.
That's your increments.
Yeah, so on a truck like yours, I want to try to keep it under 1,600 foot-pounds of torque. I want to make sure that I know if I can keep it under 1,600 foot-pounds, good chance you're not going to throw a rod.
No guarantees.
There's never a guarantee.
Never a guarantee. Not when we're in this territory.
Right.
It's a really nice benchmark point of reference as you're looking at the live action. What would you say like a healthy EGT number is for kind of like this setup? What would we expect?
I mean, a setup like this, if you make 1,000 horsepower, you're not going to make 1,000 horsepower without seeing 1,600 degrees. Heat is energy. Heat is horsepower. So you have to have energy to make the horsepower, but too much heat will damage your engine. Heat is what also cracks your head. Heat's your enemy, but heat's your friend.
So what do you think we're going to make like boost-wise?
80, 85 on max effort.
Casual.
Right, the advantage of a twin turbo setup like this, we should be able to make 1,000 horsepower, and when it's at 80 pounds of boost, there should be almost no smoke at full throttle.
It's awesome. That's how we fix big problems here at Firepunk.
To start, I have to calibrate the dyno, run the truck up to 60 mile an hour, put some load on it, and make sure that the engine RPM of the truck matches what the engine RPM of the dyno is. That way we can get an accurate torque reading. So, I think we're ready to rock.
Sweet, man. I haven't been that nice to it.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of burnout videos.
And they were tame burnouts too. I was kind of saving the fun for here. Here we go, boys!
That's currently what your transmission is like.
went right through the converter.
Straight through. It's like, you're not even there.
Lockup is pretty mad about life.
So wait, that means my guess was my guess the closest? Who guessed 629 horsepower? Don't go ahead in your comments, I can see that.
I haven't turned it up yet.
Oh, we're not done.
We're not done.
We're not done. I'm kidding.
So see, this is your speed, it's 1 to 1. This is third gear direct drive, and it's pretty much as soon as you get in the throttle, you see RPMs go up higher than what the speed. It should stay 1 to 1.
Okay.
So I can see I have about 200 RPM of converter slip in through here. And then as soon as I let off the throttle, RPM go back below, coming down. It should be like that all the way through, but you can see it's pretty much slipping.
Now, just out of curiosity, 3,500 RPMs, what is stock redline, and is that over stock redline?
3,400.
3,400. So the D&J head enables us to go higher up in RPMs.
Once you have valve springs and push rods, I mean, you can run 4,500 RPM.
Okay, so we're turning up the boost?
Yeah.
Ha-ha! Let's go, boys!
How many pounds is that?
I can see that it maxed the boost sensor out by 2,800 RPM. There's no point in really going crazy, but I'm going to put a little more in it, see how much more it takes.
Let's do it.
And if it's mad about it, then we'll just stop.
Because there will be detrimental outcomes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to break an input shaft.
No.
So that's why I tell guys, like, it is better to build your trans before you destroy it. Some guys refuse to spend $1 on their transmission until they're sitting beside the road and they have 6 neutrals. You know, that's kind of their goal.
6 neutrals.
It doesn't go forward and reverse or drive, really. This is your injector pulse width table. This is the amount of time the injector is open. And this is your timing. So if you look at our main timing, you can see we were at 15 degrees of timing at 3,000 RPM. Peak power on this truck is about 29 degrees of timing at 3,000 RPM.
Okay.
Just adding timing would probably pick up 100 horsepower. And so then the same thing with rail pressure. Whether you have 20,000 PSI or 25,000 PSI makes a drastic difference. You see about 15 horsepower increase per 1,000 PSI that you increase. When we're actually making 1,000 horsepower, I'm going to keep rail pressure lower until I'm above 2,600 RPM, then ramp it in.
I liked one thing that you said just then. When we're making 1,000 horsepower. Yes!
It's going to do it. If it doesn't do it, then we didn't do our job right.
I will go home so sad.
It's crazy how much that motor actually torques. I've never seen with a hood open. I mean, it freaking moved. Jack,
Yo.
gotta show you something. We're gonna try this next hit. Ready?
I feel like I'm walking on thin ice.
I labeled that tube file 650 horsepower. I did 629.
That's cool. It's good to round up a little bit.
False advertising.
Dudes, I can't even begin to tell you just like the pure excitement that I'm feeling right now. We've done those first pulls. We're at 629 horsepower at the wheels. Converter is screaming for bloody mercy. As Levon said, there's really no point in going much further. But you guys are here to see some power be made on a stock trans. That's why we titled this video What We Did. We're gonna see what it can do. We're gonna turn up the power. We're not gonna try and break anything because it could just end up costing me a ton more money than we're already investing in the truck. The thing is, when it comes to any mods, and I think I'm harping on this, but to anybody that doesn't know, you get what you pay for, and that's why we drove 6 hours from Pennsylvania out to Firepunk, because the experience sells itself. Quality over quantity, in my personal opinion, that's what we're gonna get here with that 48. It's gonna be absolutely awesome, and like I said, we really don't wanna do more harm than we have to, but we do kinda wanna walk that line.
751.
And how bad was the converter slip? It was very bad. And mind you guys, so those of you that followed the Mini-Max made about 675 wheel horsepower. We rounded it up to 700. We're already making that with this setup, which is kind of the predecessor, but in Cummins version, and we're not even really near angle.
You can see where it's not making any power. Wheel speed and RPM are right on top of each other. As soon as it comes into boost, you see that huge gap. That's where it's just slipping through the torque converter lockup, and it's slowly trying to grab itself as it goes through the run.
You could hear it initially right when that boost delivered.
Yeah.
So it's 751, 1152 foot-pounds of torque. So you know you make that kind of power, you're gonna need a transmission.
And it's time to drop the trans.
I think we're gonna pull it off the dyno, get it on the lift, drop it out. We'll see what the inside looks like.
Mush. Just complete mush.
Mashed potatoes.
So there you guys have it, 751 horsepower and over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque on our stock 156,000 mile 48 RE that came out of our auction farm truck. I'm very, very impressed, to say the least. We could have absolutely made more power, but we would have really faced big risks that I didn't really want to do just for the expense purpose. I think you guys can understand. But this is really where things start to get juicy, because in the next video, this truck is going to receive the Firepunk Notorious 48RE with an anteater. Now, if you guys have no idea what that is, we're not talking about the animal. We're actually talking about something that enables us to do something very cool and also avoid doing something that I really didn't want to do. But I'm gonna get into that in the next video. So at this point, these guys are basically just gonna pull off the stacked vent. We're gonna pull this thing out and we're gonna get it assigned to a bank. And then literally in the same day, in the next video, you're gonna see me wearing pretty much all the same stuff, because we're knocking out video after video here because our time is somewhat limited. So tap that thumbs up button if you guys haven't already. Smash that notification bell so you can stay up to date with when these next videos will be coming, and grab some entries for Dream Diesel giveaway number 11, because you, yes, you right there, sitting wherever you might be sitting right now, might have the ability to watch these videos in your 2020 high country with $10,000 cash for whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, it's that simple. That being said, I'd like to love you guys, do what you do best, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Have you ever been so gone? Have you ever felt so strong? So wrong like you belong? Thinking I belong to. And I've been thinking for a while what I might do. Breakthrough, no I have to. And I didn't want to have to do it, but you slither as I passed you. Can't keep a pet snake one day. It'll get out his cage and run away like the last one. This was never started for the money or the fame or the chance for my name. It was just an escape where I could